Hello. Okay. So you're given these numbers, these macros, these set of macros, and you're like, okay, so now what? What do I eat? Like, how do I make this happen, right? So this is what we are going to be learning about today. Now, what you'll need for this process is going to be a food scale. If you don't have one, I recommend ordering one on Amazon. I literally get like the $10 ones. Now, you're gonna need a food scale because we're going to be having to weigh out and measure our foods. A big part of tracking your intake is knowing your intake, right? We go to prep our lunches and our dinners, and we're going to log it in on the app. You'll know exactly what to log. So if you take your food scale and you click tear, it's gonna turn it on. Sorry, mine's a little dirty. I'm sorry, I'm a dirty bitch. But you're gonna click tear and that's gonna turn it on. And you'll see that it has pounds. But when you click unit, you can change it. The ones that we're mainly going to be using throughout this process are going to be ounces and gram.
This is the back of a protein. If you look at the serving size, you'll see that it's either in ounces or grams. This is a source of fat, and sources of fats will usually be found in the measurement of grams as well. So with that being said, we'll most likely be using grams and ounces when weighing our foods, our macronutrients on our food scale.
Now, this is super important to the process if you want to be accurate, if you want to see results in a timely manner. Consistency is key and accuracy is even more important. The difference between tracking your macros and actually hitting your macros is being accurate. So this food scale is gonna really ensure that you're accurate, and it's gonna bring a lot of awareness throughout the process. This is not something you're gonna need forever. The goal with learning to track your macros is to build a solid foundation within your education. And over time, you're gonna learn about your intake and you won't need this food scale anymore. You'll have the muscle memory. And then you're going to need maybe a notebook, a journal of some type, and you're gonna need your phone. And if you have not already, by this point you probably should have, download the app, myfitnesspal. That is where we are going to be tracking our intake. But there's gonna be a couple of things that you need to know before we hop into this. So the first thing in planning your meals is knowing how many times a day and how much meals you want, and works best for you and your schedule. There's a myth out there that like having 6 small meals a day speeds up your metabolism, yada, yada, yada. And you, at the end of the day, what's gonna work best for you is what's gonna work. It doesn't matter if you're having 6 meals, 2 meals, 3 meals, as long as you're meeting your macros and calories within those meals, you will get the same results, as long as it makes you feel your best and it's the most convenient for you. What we are going to do is we're going to divide the amount of meals that you want into your macros and your calories. Let's take we're gonna use my macros for example. My current macros are 140 grams protein. So 140 grams protein divided by let's say 3 meals a day is 46 grams of protein per meal. So I'll go with 45 grams, that's fine. What I'm going to do is write down 46 grams here, 46 grams per meal. So when I divide my total daily macro targets, I come up with 46 grams of protein, 83 grams of carbs, and 20 grams of fat per meal. Now that's for 3 meals a day with my macronutrients. Keep in mind, I'm eating 2,100 calories and I've worked my way up here. With that being said, what we're going to do with these numbers, so whatever numbers you have, now what we're gonna do is we're going to pull up our macro cheat sheet. Now, if you don't know where to find this, you can either scroll down or in the Google Drive link that I sent you with all the resources, you will see your macro cheat sheet. What I made that for, I created that so when you have leftover macros, it makes it easier to identify what food sources you need to eat to hit those macros. On top of that, is extremely helpful to creating your own meals and keeping a balanced diet. So it'll be right here. If you have not ever received this link, let me know. But this is where the macros ebook is and all the other resources. But this is the macro cheat sheet. So that's the macro cheat sheet. You should get this Where's the, okay. It has carbohydrates, carbs and protein, lean protein without getting in extra fats, fat and protein, pure fats, and fats and carbs. So it's very, you know, and then 30 grams worth of protein is also at the bottom. I even gave in tips on if you're going over on fats a lot, what you can do to reduce that. But we're gonna use this macro cheat sheet to build out your meals. We're not gonna think about the measurement, not the measurements. We're not gonna think about how much protein exactly you need to hit that macro yet. Let's just focus on building out your meals. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take a look at this macro cheat sheet, have it pulled up because clearly you can't see here, and read through like the food groups. Again, you can have things that are not on this cheat sheet. Obviously, I can't fit in every single food item in the world, you know, but this is where you're gonna have fun when you go grocery shopping, reading nutrition labels, comparing macros, because you can have anything in the grocery store as long as it hits your macros and, you know, you're making healthy choices. So if we read carbohydrates, rice cakes, jasmine rice, brown rice, sweet potatoes, regular potatoes, quinoa, veggies, jellies and jams, honey, fruits, cereal, bread, tortillas, crackers, oats, pasta, popcorn. These are things that we eat. Like, there is probably not a carbohydrate that you eat that's not on here. And if it is not on here, we'll find the measurement to fit into your macros. Right? So let's breakfast. I wake up and I really love like avocado toast with bacon. So my carbs, I can pick from bread. Bread is right on here. So I can write down bread, okay? Because you're gonna need to know what ingredients you need anyway. So I'm gonna write down bread. What else do I want? Okay, avocado toast that comes with avocados. I'm scrolling down, I'm looking for avocado. Avocado is probably under fats. Okay, avocados I see is under fats and it has a little bit of carbs. So, okay, that's cool. Avocado. I want an avocado. And then I'll need to make avocado toast 2 whole eggs. 2 whole eggs. And then I like bacon, so 2 slices of bacon. That's what I'm gonna have for breakfast. That's what I like, that's what I want. Cool. So let's say for lunch, I really love my sandwiches, like I said. Am I gonna go, oh, I already had bread for breakfast. Should I have more bread? Yes, you should have more bread. You know, if that's what you want, have it. If you wanna balance it out with other ways, do that. So let's say I want a turkey sandwich. I'll need mayo. I'll need turkey meat. I'll need provolone cheese. And I'll need lettuce, tomato, and I love banana peppers. And utilize the internet. Like, if you really love a certain meal when you go out to eat, look that thing up and look up the recipe. And for dinner, I think I'm gonna make pasta with spaghetti. Pasta with spaghetti. I think I'm gonna make turkey and meatballs. Turkey meatballs, am I okay? Spaghetti and meatballs. So I'm gonna make spaghetti and meatballs. Maybe you're feeding a family. So spaghetti pasta that's the carbs, right? And that's on here. If it's not, you can still have it. Pasta's on here. Pasta sauce, okay? When you're going grocery shopping, if you don't know what pasta sauce is best, read the nutrition label. That is gonna show you can compare literally 2 different pasta brands, and one could have incredible macros per the serving size, whereas the other might be ridiculous. When this whole time you thought you couldn't have pasta because of the high carbs, you just have to find the brands that have great macros for the serving size. Okay, so another option outside of the macro cheat sheet is really literally Googling the names of like some of your favorite foods. Like maybe when you like look up how to cook things, you know what I mean? Like when I first started, I learned how to cook by simply Google searching. It always will fit your macros. For example, I had a client, she was like, oh my God, like there's this turkey cranberry aioli sandwich I really love from the restaurant. If you watch this, girl, you know who you are. And I was like, girl, I just copied what she said, turkey cranberry aioli sandwich, and I pasted it into Google search, recipe for turkey cranberry aioli sandwich. I sent her the link of the very first article. I said, is this it? She said, yes, oh my God. I've been looking for that for 5 years. I said, all right. It even gives the macros on the website. So save this shit, bookmark it, cook it as your lunch, and you're gonna enjoy your life. So that's simply what you have to do if the macro cheat sheet isn't working for you, if maybe you get bored of like your simple items, or you're having trouble expanding your mind on what meals to eat. You just need to spark your creativity a little bit and use your resources. So with that being said, we've created the meals that we want. Feel free to So now what we're gonna do is we are going to plug and play our meals onto myfitnesspal. So for my example, I said that I wanted avocado toast for breakfast. So naturally, when you go grocery shopping or if you have the ingredients at home, myfitnesspal has a feature that makes it extremely easy called the barcode scanner feature. Can you see it? Okay, the barcode scanner feature. So that's when it takes it out, oh hey. But you would scan the barcode of the package of the food that you're eating that it comes in. So if you had bread in your pantry that you can scan now, or pancake mix, or whatever, then you can go ahead and do this now to play around. But for now, I'm just gonna I kind of know the brand I usually use for avocado toast, and that's the Nature's Own brand, because one slice of their bread is only 12 carbs. It's important when you go grocery shopping, you're comparing like the items, so you make sure you're getting the most bang for your macro buck. So I usually do 2 slices of bread, right? And the good thing is about this app is like the more you use it, it's gonna get used to the foods that you eat. So there's gonna be a lot of like quick add options to make it easier to log it. So this app knows that I love avocado toast. So right when I add 2 slices of bread, it already pops up 2 whole eggs, 1 whole avocado. I usually have, strawberries and banana on the side, a half a banana and like a half cup of strawberries. And that's pretty much it. So when I go ahead and click it in, whatever, it'll automatically calculate the calories for me. And if you don't have myfitnesspal Premium, all you have to do is take your phone off of lock screen mode, and then the macros will show up here for you. So then you'll be able to see how much macros, like how much carbs are in that meal, fats are in that meal, and how much protein is in that meal. So now every meal should have a balanced amount of fats, carbs, and protein. This is gonna minimize cravings. This is gonna ensure that you're getting in your macros consistently. And this really helps. So get in the habit of flipping your screen if you don't have myfitnesspal Premium. So now I'm gonna add my lunch. Okay, so right now I'm adding the turkey sandwich that I chose for one of my lunches. And I scanned the barcode. I went to the kitchen and I scanned it, and it's the boar's head turkey. And what you should get in the habit throughout this process is reading. Okay, this boar's head turkey has 20 grams of protein per 2 ounces. You're gonna be weighing your protein when you're making your food, so I'd be weighing my turkey on here. So I would know, in order, just for my turkey sandwich, I would get 26 grams of protein just with 4 ounces of turkey, because I was able to play around with it. If I were to just do 1 serving and like 2 ounces of turkey, which might be like 2 slices, I'd just get in 13 grams protein. But if I do double the serving size at 4 ounces, I can see here on myfitnesspal that my protein almost doubles. So I'm getting more bang for my buck. So get in the habit of looking at what pops up when you enter these foods, so you can get more acclimated with understanding macros better. Cheese is a very great source of protein. It also comes with some fats, so it's just keeping that in mind. but I like to have about 2 slices of cheese. I also have higher calories on macros, so if you want to do 1 slice, it's only, you know, for provolone, 6 grams of fat, 5 grams of protein for 1 slice, and 80 calories. Like, we're building, you can build like your favorite Subway sandwich or pub sub, like with your own ingredients and measuring it out. You can enjoy your meals by doing that. So, yeah, so I entered in my breakfast and my lunch. And what this is gonna do, again, it's gonna automatically populate the calories. So you'll be able to see how much calories you have left and your goal here. Now, if you tap this, it's gonna take you to how much macros you've gotten in, how much grams of each macronutrient you've gotten in for the day so far. So right now I've gotten in 67 grams of carbs, 38 grams of fat, 56 grams of protein. Now, what does that mean? Well, this is only 2 meals and I have a lot more to go. So what this tells me is that I have way more freedom than I think I do, and I can add in things or switch up my meals to higher calorie meals, like maybe instead of avocado toast, doing protein pancakes with like chocolate chips and like bacon and eggs, and, you know, making sure that your macros align with your goals. When you track these in and you pre-track, you can see if you're over or if you're under and what you need to adjust in order to fit it. So let's say that I'm over on fats. And I go, okay, I'm over on fats. What you'll do is if you see that you're over something or under something, you'll flip your screen horizontally and let's take a look at the macros. If you see any meals where some grams are like way, you know, imbalanced. One that people tend to go over on is fats and go under on protein. So this is when you would simply play around with myfitnesspal, flip your screen horizontal, see, okay, how much protein am I getting in these meals? 20 grams. Due to how you divided up your macro targets by the number of meals you want a day, you'll know what to shoot for in each meal. My protein goal was 140 divided by 3, that's 46 grams. In my breakfast, I'm only getting, I see 20 grams of protein in my breakfast. Now, identifying the sources of protein in this meal, I can go, okay, how can I add more protein? You can either do this by increasing the portion. So I see here that I have 2 whole eggs, and that is 13 grams of protein that I see here. So if you look, it's gonna give you the details of the foods that you're eating. So I see with 2 whole eggs, I have 13 grams of protein. It doesn't look like I logged the bacon, so I could definitely add bacon there. I have turkey bacon here, so I'll do 2 slices of turkey bacon. Then maybe I'll add some egg whites as well. Egg whites is pure protein. I'm having 2 egg yolks, so I'll still have the flavor from the fats of the egg yolk. It says here that 46 grams is 5 grams of protein. So what I'll do is I'm gonna double that to 82 grams. I don't know if that's the right math, 85, whatever grams. And it's gonna give me an extra 10 grams of protein. You're probably thinking, well, how do I even think like that? Listen, throughout this process, you're going to be learning a lot as you scan the barcode on foods, as you start to weigh your food, as you're looking at the nutrition labels and learning. Remember, this is a learning skill. You have to learn this. So it's gonna take time, but you'll get there. So now with these additions, all I did was add in bacon. I add in 2 slices of bacon, and I added, 92 grams of liquid egg whites from the carton. So now my protein is at 34 grams of protein. My calories went up a bit. The one meal is 668 calories, but that's only 668 calories out of 3-4 meals. So I can make that balance out in other meals, and I met my protein goal. So here, this meal has about 36 grams of protein, 43 grams of carbs, and 36 grams of fat. So that's something that I also can see as well. Is dang, my goal is 60 grams of fat daily, and this one meal is that doesn't leave much fat for you in the rest of the day. So again, turning it horizontally, this is gonna give you the details. Oh, I can see right away. One whole avocado is 20 grams of fat. Will I still enjoy this meal if this meal goes from one full avocado to a half of an avocado? Most likely, you still will enjoy the meal. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say, okay, I don't need that much. I'll be fine with half of an avocado. That 20 grams of fat goes down to 9.8 grams of fat, almost 10 grams of fat. So it cuts it in half. Now my calories even went down a little bit, and the meal is a lot more balanced, and I have more fat for the rest of the day. This is going to be the habit that you're going to be building throughout this process. That is how I pretty much play with the meals on myfitnesspal. So I know ahead of time how to tweak my meals to fit my macros, and then I can save them as a meal and be even more consistent. That is how you will essentially be creating your meals and building out your meals using the set macros that you're given. Again, be patient with yourself. It is a process. Sometimes it does take time, and it does take a lot of effort and intention in this process. You have to be intentional, like you have to want to learn about it. So let's get to tracking.